Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing new topics which have been added by the CBSE in the syllabus of 2020-21, and in this regard we are doing democratic resurgence, which is the new name given to the chapter Crisis of Democratic Order. And in this democratic resurgence, we have discussed about democratic upsurge, three phases of democratic upsurge. In the previous class, we have discussed about it, and other than this, we have also discussed about Jayaprakash Narayan. And now we are supposed to do two more topics, subtopics under this chapter, and that is Ram Manohar Lohia and his socialism, and Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay and his principle of integral humanity. So first of all, we will start with Ram Manohar Lohia. Ram Manohar Lohia is considered as one of the most important socialist leader of our country, and he was one of the founder members of the party, Socialist Party. About this Socialist Party, we have discussed in the second chapter of the original syllabus, जिसमें हमने era of one party dominance के अंदर we have discussed कि किस तरह से कांग्रेस के अंदर ही ये जो सोशलिस्ट पार्टी थी वो बनी थी, एंड जब कांग्रेस के constitution में changes आते हैं, according to that those changes parties were not allowed within Congress. At that time, this Socialist Party separated from the Congress Party, and in 1948, in the year 1948, it became an independent political party. And at that time, Ram Manohar Lohia, he left Congress and he joined this Socialist Party, because he was the founding member of this party. He was a great socialist of our country, and we also find that Ram Manohar Lohia, he fought Lok Sabha election in the year 1962 from Phulpur constituency, which was the constituency of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and but in this election of Lok Sabha, he was defeated. Nehru won the Phulpur constituency, and then in the year 1963 there was a by-election from Farrukhaba, and he won that by-election and he became member of parliament. Then again in 1967 he contested the Lok Sabha election from Kannauj seat, and he won the election. He became the member of parliament, but very soon he was died. So we see that Ram Manohar Lohia, his ideas of socialism is very important, and he presented the idea of democratic socialism. Democratic socialism is a very important ideology, because what we find that in this ideology of democratic socialism, two ideologies are there. One is of democracy and the another is of socialism. Whenever we talk of socialism, the true socialism, it is undemocratic. As we have discussed in the case of USSR, which was a socialist country, which was based on the principle of socialism. And what happened in that socialist country, that it was totally undemocratic, because it went for a single party system. So socialism का जो आइडियोलॉजी है दैट इज अनडेमोक्रेटिक. जब उसको हम प्रैक्टिस में जहाँ भी हमने देखा, जहाँ भी सोशलिज्म और कम्युनिज्म है वो अनडेमोक्रेटिक है. लाइक चाइना, चाइना इज ऑल्सो कम्युनिस्ट कंट्री. Communism and socialism are very much similar to each other, though there सिमिलर आइडियोलॉजी। तो अगर हम देखते हैं सोशलिज्म, जो ट्रू सोशलिज्म है, आइडियल सोशलिज्म है, दैट इज अनडेमोक्रेटिक। And here Ram Manohar Lohia is talking about democratic socialism. It means कि socialism should be there. Socialism का मतलब क्या है? The main stress of socialism is on equality. The main stress of socialism is social justice. So what we find that this socialism, the ideology of socialism is based on the principle of equality and social justice. That is very much important for any society. Every society strives for equality. It is the goal of every society to bring equality. It is the goal of every society to bring social justice. Now this aim of equality and social justice should be achieved through democratic means. So this means कि हम सोशलिज्म के गोल्स को अपने सामने रखें, बट हमारा जो रास्ता है उस सोशलिज्म को पाने का वो क्या है? दैट इज डेमोक्रेटिक। लोहिया इज इन फेवर ऑफ दिस डेमोक्रेटिक सोशलिज्म आइडियोलॉजी। जो गोल है वो सोशलिज्म का होगा, बट जो रास्ता उस गोल्स को पाने का होगा दैट शुड बी डेमोक्रेटिक। लाइक मल्टी पार्टी या बाई पार्टी सिस्टम होनी चाहिए, फेयर इलेक्शंस होने चाहिए। तो डेमोक्रेसी के कॉस्ट पे हमें सोशलिज्म नहीं लाना है। बोथ आर इक्वली इम्पोर्टेंट। ओके, सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लोहिया। ही वाज not in favor of socialism, and equally he was also not in favor of capitalism. Neither capitalism nor socialism was favored by Ram Manohar Lohia. He was of the opinion that both capitalism and socialism were equally irrelevant for Indian society, and that is why he presented this principle of democratic socialism. Because इंडियन सोसाइटी की जो प्रॉब्लम्स थी उसके अकॉर्डिंगली ही वाज ऑफ द ओपिनियन कि डेमोक्रेटिक सोशलिज्म को ही हमें अडॉप्ट करना चाहिए, जिसके अंदर हम क्या देख रहे हैं? एक तो जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि जो भी पुअर है और उनको सोशल जस्टिस मिले, इक्वालिटी आए, जो भी उनके बेसिक नीड्स हैं वो फुलफिल होने चाहिए, रिगार्डिंग द नीड्स रिगार्डिंग फूड, क्लोथिंग, हाउसिंग, देन मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़, एजुकेशनल फैसिलिटीज़। तो जो इसका गोल क्या है कि जो भी हमारे सोसाइटी के अंदर पुअर पीपल हैं, देयर बेसिक नीड्स मस्ट बी फुलफिल्ड, एंड देन it has some non-economic objectives also, in which it is considered that democracy and freedom are also important. We are not supposed to bring equality at the cost of freedom. So if when we are talking of democratic socialism, it means we have to achieve all these things: equality, social justice and freedom also. ओके, तो ये है हमारा डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया जो है, उनका जो सोशलिज्म की जो आइडियोलॉजी है वो ये आइडियोलॉजी है। एंड नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ democratic socialism, he has also advocated चौबुर्जा राजनीति। चौबुर्जा, as we all know, it's a Hindu term, and चौबुर्जा राजनीति यानी fourfold Rajniti, fourfold politics, in which he talks about 4 pillars of politics as well as socialism. अगर हम politics की बात कर रहे हैं, अगर हम socialism की बात कर रहे हैं, तो उसके 4 pillars हैं. And what are these 4 pillars? These 4 pillars are center, reason, center, तो ये जो पॉलिटिक्स के या सोशलिज्म के दोनों के लिए ही ये 4 important pillars हैं. It means कि we can't think of development of center in the absence of development of village. All are interlinked. जितनी भी हम बता रहे हैं सेंटर है, रीजन है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, विलेजेस हैं, ये चारों जो हैं वो आपस में एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं. और अगर हम चाहते हैं कि पूरी कंट्री, सेंटर जो है वो कंट्री को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है, पूरी कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट हो, तो उसके लिए हमें हर रीजन पे ध्यान देना होगा. ये नहीं कि हम सिर्फ सोचे कि हम कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट के लिए प्लान्स बनाएंगे तो डेवलपमेंट हो जाएगा. हमें नीचे से स्टार्ट करना होगा, हर विलेज को डेवलप करना होगा, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट को डेवलप करना होगा, हर रीजन को डेवलप करना होगा. Then only we can think of development of the center. So this is job bhushan rajniti of Ram Manohar Lohia, and moreover he was also in favor of affirmative action. And now what is this affirmative action? You have read about this affirmative action in your class 11th book, that political theory. Okay. Affirmative actions are those actions Affirmative actions are those actions which are taken by the government in order to give priority to a particular group of society which is not developed, which is facing trouble in development of their कम्युनिटी. ऐसी कम्युनिटी हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर जिनका कि पूरे तरह से डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीज़न. लाइक जैसे हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर जो दलित्स हैं, जो शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स हैं, ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन है एंड देन दलित पॉपुलेशन है, these people have faced so much discrimination before independence. Because in our society these people were considered as untouchables. They were not allowed to go, they were not allowed inside the public places. Public places were inaccessible for these groups of Dalits and tribals. So in this process what happened that the development of this particular group was prohibited. उनका development नहीं हो पाया because if they are not allowed to enter the village, if they are not allowed to enter the school, then how can we expect them to develop themselves? तो ये problem हमारे सामने थी. तो इसी को हम कहते हैं affirmative action. जब हमारा country became independent and we have made our own constitution, तो under this constitution we have adopted this affirmative action for particularly that group, जो कि हमारे दलित और ट्राइबल्स पॉपुलेशन जिनको कि काफ़ी कुछ झेलना पड़ा था बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर. तो उनके लिए सरकार ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने कुछ स्पेशल प्रोविजंस किए. लाइक रिजर्वेशन उनको दिया गया इन गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स एंड इन द एडमिशन ऑफ एजुकेशन, हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, इन सब में जो उनको रिजर्वेशन दिया गया, दैट इज एफर्मेटिव एक्शन. एफर्मेटिव का मतलब क्या होता है? एफर्मेटिव का मीन्स होता है, लिटरल मीनिंग हम देखें तो इट इज पॉजिटिव. तो जो पॉजिटिव एक्शंस गवर्नमेंट ले रही है फॉर द अपलिफ्टमेंट ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप ऑफ द सोसाइटी, दैट पॉजिटिव एक्शंस आर affirmative action. तो Ram Manohar Lohia, he was in favor of affirmative action. Yes, affirmative actions लेनी चाहिए गवर्नमेंट को बिकॉज हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर ऐसे ग्रुप्स हैं जिनको के डेवलपमेंट को डेलिबरेटली रोका गया है. जो अदर ग्रुप्स ऑफ सोसाइटी थे उन्होंने उनके डेवलपमेंट को डेलिबरेटली प्रोहिबिट किया है. तो उनको अब जबकि हम एक नई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना रहे हैं तो उन्हें मिलना चाहिए. Ram Manohar Lohia was in favor of affirmative action, but he was of the opinion that this affirmative action should not be only for the Dalits and tribals, which are called downtrodden. Downtrodden means जिनको कुचल दिया गया है, दबा दिया गया. That is why Dalit. Dalit or downtrodden both are similar. Dalit is a Hindi word, and for this Hindi word, the English word is the downtrodden. So Ram Manohar Lohia was of the opinion that this affirmative action should not only be for the downtrodden, but it should also be for women, because women are also very much उनके साथ भी काफ़ी बुरा इल ट्रीटमेंट हुआ है इन द प्रीवियस टाइम, जिसके कारण उनका डेवलपमेंट प्रोहिबिट हुआ है. तो दे शुड ऑल्सो बी गिवन अफर्मेटिव एक्शन, and non-religious minorities should also be included in this group which are given affirmative action. So this is all about Ram Manohar Lohia. Ram Manohar Lohia के बारे में हमारी ये तीन चीज़ें is important. His principle of democratic socialism, then his principle of Chaburja Rajniti, and this affirmative action. These are the three important elements of Ram Manohar Lohia. Okay, and now we are seeing this Deen Dayal Upadhyay. Okay, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, he was a very important leader of Bharatiya Jan Sangh. In chapter 2, you have also read about Hartley Johnson when we were discussing the dominance of Congress in Indian politics in the first three elections. At that time, we have discussed about Hartley Johnson, and Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay was one of the most important leader of Bharatiya Jan Sangh. And we see that he was a philosopher, he was a sociologist, he was an economist and politician also. And this Bharatiya Jan Sangh, जिसके कि वो member थे, बहुत बड़े leader थे, this Bharatiya Jan Sangh was actually the parent organization of BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. And what we find nowadays, this Deen Dayal Upadhyay is a very familiar term for us, because the Mughal Sarai railway station has been renamed after Deen Dayal Upadhyay, and there is reason behind renaming this railway station by this name, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, because what we find that in February 1968, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay was he died mysteriously at this junction only. His dead body was found on in this Mughal Sarai junction in February 1968, and when the government of this NDA government has announced the renaming of the Mughal Sarai junction as Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay junction in 2018, जबकि उनकी 50 years में थे उनकी डेथ को 50th डेथ एनिवर्सरी पे उन्होंने अनाउंस किया था. And now there is no more Mughal Sarai junction, but it's the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay junction. Okay, so Deen Dayal Upadhyay, the most important philosophy presented by Deen Dayal Upadhyay was integral humanism. Okay, this is the philosophy presented by Deen Dayal Upadhyay. Integral humanism. So this integral humanism, it was intended to present an indigenous socio-economic model. It was not the adoption of any other ideology of the West or anything like that. It was an indigenous socio-economic model which was very much inspired by the philosophy of Gandhi और गांधीज्म we can say. गांधीज्म से ये बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस्ड है ये प्रिंसिपल और ये इंडिजिनस एक सोशियो इकोनॉमिक मॉडल है कि अपनी कंट्री की जो सर्कमस्टेंसेस हैं नीड्स हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंगली किस तरह की चीज़ें होनी चाहिए और in this indigenous socio-economic model what we see that human being remains at the center of development. पूरा जिस डेवलपमेंट की हम बात कर रहे हैं उस डेवलपमेंट का सेंटर कौन है सेंटर इज ह्यूमन बीइंग ओके एंड द एम ऑफ दिस इंटीग्रल ह्यूमनिज्म ऑब्जेक्टिव व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू एंश्योर डिग्निफाइड लाइफ फॉर एवरी ह्यूमन बीइंग ओके द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज dignified human life. And how the human life will be dignified? कैसे हम human life को dignity देंगे? We can give dignity to human life only by giving them rights and freedoms. So it supports dignified life for human being, but with the focus on human being, it also wants to balance the needs of individual and society. ऐसा नहीं ये एक्सट्रीम इट इज़ अगेंस्ट एक्सट्रीम इंडिविजुअलिज्म कि हम सिर्फ अगर इंडिविजुअल्स पर ध्यान देंगे तो एज अ होल सोसाइटी के पर हम नहीं फोकस कर पाएंगे तो व्हाट इज़ द रिक्वायरमेंट इज टू मेंटेन अ बैलेंस ओके maintain a balance between the needs of the individual and society. So this is the second objective. First objective is about giving dignity to human life, and the second is balancing the needs of society individual. Okay, इस तरह से सोसाइटी और इंडिविजुअल के नीड्स को हमें बैलेंस करने की जरूरत है ओके देन इट आल्सो सपोर्ट्स सस्टेनेबल कंजम्पशन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज the natural resources should not be misused or overused. Instead, this concept of integral humanism is also supporting the sustainable consumption. Sustainable use of natural resources. This is really important because at the time when this philosophy was given, there was no such problem of natural resources. It was not realized by people at large कि natural resources की हमें problem होने जाएगी. So at that time he has given this concept of sustainable use of natural resources. It is really important, and we see that it is this integral humanism is not only about political aims only, but it also aims on economic and social life के बारे में भी ये एम करता है. ये इसका एम सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि पॉलिटिक्स में डेमोक्रेसी आ जाए, फ्रीडम आ जाए, बट इट ऑल्सो टॉक्स अबाउट सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक डेमोक्रेसी. And what is the meaning of social and economic democracy? Social and economic democracy is जब society के अंदर there is no discrimination between people on the basis of religion, caste, color or gender, then we will say that the society में democracy है. Everyone is treated equally without any discrimination. And economic democracy is when there is very little gap or there is no gap between the rich and the poor. There is economic equality. Everyone is able to fulfill the basic needs of their life. Everyone is getting the equality of opportunity, and everyone is able to pursue the goal of their life. So this is economic democracy. And now we see that his Pandit Deen Dayal's philosophy of integral humanism is based on three principles. Okay, three principles of integral humanism. These three principles are: the first is primacy of whole. Primacy of whole, not part. It means कि our focus should be on the society. हम जो society के parts हैं, that is individuals. Individuals should not be the focus. Focus हमारा whole पे होना चाहिए, जो पूरी चीज़ है. We all are individuals. We all are part of the society. So our focus should be on the society, not on the individual. Okay. Then second principle of Pandit Deen Upadhyay's integral humanism is it's about supremacy of dharma. Supremacy of dharma, here dharma is not something which is associated with religion, but it is associated with morality. We should go for moral things, है ना. जो morality है उसी हमें सबसे ज़्यादा supremacy देनी चाहिए, and उसके basis पे हमारा behavior होना चाहिए. Okay, and the last is autonomy of society. The autonomy of society is very important. The society should not be dependent in any way, economically or socially or political, on any other society. It must be autonomous. Okay, and now we see that Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, he opposed both capitalism and socialism. Just like Ram Manohar Lohia, we have seen Ram Manohar Lohia was also not in support of either of the two ideologies. In the similar way, Deen Dayal Upadhyay was also not, he was not in support of capitalist individualism or Marxist socialism. मार्क्स ने जो सोशलिज्म का कॉन्सेप्ट दिया और जो कैपिटलिज्म का इंडिविजुअलिज्म का कॉन्सेप्ट है, उन दोनों के ही वो अगेंस्ट थे. और अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम व्हाट वाज द प्रॉब्लम वाज दिस, क्यों वो अगेंस्ट थे इन दोनों के? बिकॉज ही वाज ऑफ द ओपिनियन दैट बोथ दीज ideology, the ideology of capitalist individualism and Marxist socialism, they consider only the needs of human body and mind. They do not give any kind of importance for the spiritual development of human. वो mind और body की सिर्फ needs पर ध्यान देते हैं. They are focusing only on the needs of mind and body, but they are not focusing on the spiritual development of mankind. Human being needs to be developed spiritually, but that aspect of development is neglected by both the ideologies, and that is why he opposed this both the ideology, and he was of the opinion that spiritual development is very important for the development of human being. And this philosophy of integral humanism, it is actually based on the philosophy of the internal consign, which is pure human soul, है ना. ये spirituality की बात करते हैं, and he talks about pure human soul, and this pure human soul is also called chitti by Deen Dayal Upadhyay, and in this way he has a vision of a classless society, casteless society, and conflict-free social system. So his aim of this integral humanism का जो अल्टीमेट एम है वो क्या है कि सोसाइटी में किसी भी तरह का क्लास न हो, रिच क्लास पुअर क्लास, किसी भी तरह का कास्ट न हो, अपर कास्ट लोअर कास्ट, किसी भी तरह का कॉन्फ्लिक्ट न हो बिटवीन द people. This is the ultimate aim of integral humanity. So this is all about Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, and now I would like to tell you that whatever new topics have been added in the last chapter, that is discussed with you when we were discussing the chapter for the first time, because by that time the changes have been occurred, and I taught you according to the change syllabus. And now our last unit, the name of the last unit is Indian Politics, Frames and Development, and in this I have discussed with you NDA 3 and 4, this नेशनल डेमोक्रेटिक अलायंस जिसकी कि अभी गवर्नमेंट है, 2014 में NDA 3 बनी एंड 2019 में NDA 4 की गवर्नमेंट हुई. And in this regard we have also discussed about development and governance. So this is all. We have completed all the new topics which have been added by CBSE during this painful period of pandemic. So it's a great achievement on our part that we have successfully completed all the new topics which are added during the pandemic time. So this is all for today, and hope you all will do good in your half-yearly examination. Best of luck for your exams.